Hey guys, it's Dustin. So we're gonna touch base on episode 3, season 2 of Supergirl. This was a really good episode. This is the first episode where we don't have Tyler uh, Hutchkins' character, Calcrat Superman, in this. They're not gonna overly use him, which I think is a really good idea. Superman now appearing on Supergirl, he needs to be that treat that we get every once in a while. If we keep getting him over and over again, we're really just overusing that character, and that's something we don't want to happen. So I think the CW people are doing a very good job using him and utilizing him in these certain points. Basically, with this one, not having Superman, it is going to progress, though, be from that John Doe Kryptonian who fell down in that space pod in episode 1. Nobody knows who he is. He's in a coma. He's asleep. He's at the DEO in the laboratory. He wakes up right away, grabs Kara by the throat, tosses her through the glass. And then he obviously wreaks havoc through the DEO. He has no idea who he is, or he knows who he is, but he has no idea where he is. And he's trying to get out. He's frantically trying to get out, and he does escape the DEO, and he gets out and about. Then we do get a little peek at Catco. James Olsen now, excuse me. James Olsen has taken over as for Cat Grant. He's basically the Cat Grant now. And basically when he's going through and saying how he wants to do it, Snapper Carr, who is Kara's boss for the reporting side and the journalist side of it, is telling James, no, we're not doing it this way. We do it the other way. This is how we should do it. And Olsen doesn't know any better but to say, okay, fine, that's how we'll do it. Let's do it that way. This will also be resolved later on in this one. But guys, I just want to quickly point out too, we are going to be getting into some spoiler territories starting right now. So if you have not seen episode 3, season 2 of Supergirl, make sure to hit this channel as your favorite or like it, and then come back to this as soon as you see this episode. So spoiler territories, we get Supergirl, and she's in the DEO. She's very excited because she learns the president's coming, and the president wants to meet her and see her. Who is the president? Who's portraying the president? Air Force One pulls up into the National City Airport, and who comes out? Linda Carter, guys. For those who don't know, for those who aren't too familiar with the old Wonder Woman show, Linda Carter is the first live-action Wonder Woman that we have ever had. She basically is the embodiment of what Wonder Woman was, and continues to be for a lot of people. But to get her as the president was a huge plus for Supergirl. So we get to see her as the president. It's very cool to see her interacting with Kara, because they're not saying anything about her being Wonder Woman right now, but in your head, if you're familiar with her as the character, you can put 2 and 2 together, and you have that nostalgic feeling build up, like, holy cow, this is Supergirl, this is Wonder Woman, they're together. I never thought I was going to see this. We're seeing it, guys. Then next, we get a fire attack, basically, when the president comes out of the Air Force One. Fire's coming down, being shot all over. Supergirl's trying to protect everybody. She saves Linda Carter's president, and basically they try to find who's doing it, and the person has disappeared already, so they have no idea what's going on. President visits the DEO. She's there. She's trying to make this peace, this alien act that's going to help all people. Let the aliens know that they are welcome to this planet. They are accepted by this planet. They are going to get the equal rights that us humans get on this planet. And she's just turning the DEO. She knows obviously who John Jones is, and she's basically just talking to him and stuff like that. Next, we get Kara. She's on an assignment from Snapper Carr, and she's visiting Lena Luthor. Basically, Lena actually displays this device where people can put their thumb or their finger on this device, and it will read if they are alien or if they are not alien. Kara is not a big fan of this, obviously. She feels like her rights and everyone else's rights are just basically being called out. They're trying to pinpoint who the aliens are, and they're going to try to destroy them, maybe. Who knows what's going on? She's a Luthor. We don't know her too well yet. She might have other agendas on her mind. Basically, Kara takes this time while Lena is not looking, uses her heat vision, fries the mechanism, so when she goes to put her finger on there and prove she's fine, nothing's working, the device doesn't work. It reads green. She's human. Lena's like, see? Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. We also then get the alien John Doe. He's basically just wreaking havoc on the planet. He's trying to find out where he's going. He ends up going to this space area, trying to get this person who's there as astrologer to tell him where his planet is. We find out he's from the planet Daxam, and that Supergirl needs to go and she needs to fight this guy right now. And then basically we get introduced to this agent in this airport area when Agent Danvers is with the president with Supergirl. Obviously, there's an agent that shows up. Is Maggie Sawyer, who's a huge part of the DC Comics, and she is actually the first openly gay character in the DC Comics. And the woman who's playing her is obviously doing a great job so far. But basically, she ends up kind of building this relationship with Danvers, Kara's sister, and basically they end up going and hanging out, and she takes her to this one little bar. This bar is nothing but aliens. So we see all these different types of aliens that are around. Very mind-blowing to Danvers. She never knew this place existed. And basically while that's going on, you kind of get that friendship feeling that these two are kind of going to be close. Maybe something more is going to happen. Who knows? But then after that, we do get another shot of after Supergirl has fought off the guy from Dexam. She's kidnapped him, or not kidnapped him, but she's fought him, she's beaten him, she's taken him back to the DEO to get some questions out of him. And then we get another thing as far as the president is doing a big, huge speech, and the fire starts to come back again. We finally realize this was a girl that we had seen in the bar with Danvers and Sawyer, and basically this girl feels the same way Kara kind of felt with Lena, that all the rights are being taken away. This is just a way for humans to track aliens, to hunt aliens down. This is not right. And she is just going off and doing everything she can. Supergirl tried heat vision. Did not work, obviously. She tried the freeze breath. Girl got really heated up, exploded out of the ice. And then she obviously makes this whirlwind, and she's able to put her out, and they finally put an end to this girl, red hot. Basically, after that, we do hear President obviously going and thanking Kara for everything. Supergirl obviously for helping her with everything else and saving her life. Then we do have Detective Sawyer, who finishes her off and knocks her out with a lead pipe. After that, we go back to the Catco, and basically Snapper Carr is going off on Olsen again with all this stuff because something was ran that he never approved and never thought that it would be approved, and Jimmy puts him in his place. So that's great. We see Olsen getting that backbone right now. Agent Danvers is really starting to appear to fall for Sawyer, so we really don't know what's going to go on. I think that's going to be something that the show is going to touch base with now. Obviously, they're building it up for a reason, so we are going to find out. Supergirl apologizes to the John Doe alien from Daxam, and whose name is Manel. So he is also, guys, a very huge character in the DC universe. So obviously he's not this bad guy. She realizes he doesn't know what's going on, and she explains that Krypton, when Krypton was destroyed, his planet Daxam, being so close to Krypton, was also destroyed. Basically, it's like Hatfields and McCoys. That's the best way to kind of explain the Kryptonian and then the Daxam universe with those planets. It was like Hatfield McCoys. One was on one side of the coin, the other was on the opposite side of the coin. So they really didn't care too much for each other, but Kara obviously is now building this report where she says, I'm so sorry, I trust you, I just reacted the wrong way. And that's going to obviously play out now because we don't know what's going to happen with him. President is at the DEO. She's, again, obviously thanking Supergirl for helping her when they were at that with the Fire Girl coming after her and stuff like that. Supergirl's very ecstatic because she got to ride on Air Force One. She thanks the president for letting her ride on Air Force One. Guys, Easter egg time. This is the best Easter egg of this show that I've seen. One of the biggest ones. I think this was the only Easter egg I really caught. But after she thanks the president for letting her on Air Force One and look around and stuff, the president, Linda Carter, looks at Supergirl and says, oh, you think that's something? You should see my other jet. Guys, the invisible jet that Wonder Woman used in her TV show back in the 80s. That is awesome to hear that. Huge Easter egg to Linda Carter. But then as she walks away and everyone else in the DEO is talking, we see her start to change. Her face starts to change. She's obviously an alien. Something is going on. Is she good? Is she bad? We don't know. We next get a glimpse of John Jones basically walking out and going into the bar where all these aliens are. He sits down and basically is having this conversation with this one girl, and he obviously is in a full John Jones appearance, and the lady he feels attachment to, he feels a connection with. She's staring at him. He says, I'm so sorry, if you would prefer I change back in my other form. And the lady's like, no, I'm just not used to, I've got to go. Something's going on. I've got to go. So-and-so will take care of you and order your drink. John obviously leaves and follows her out the back and says, "Excuse me, I know you, I feel this connection." She turns into a Martian Manhunter. She is the last daughter of Mars. So now we have the last son of Mars and the last daughter of Mars coming together. Guys, this is going to be a huge story arc that's going to continue in episode 4 next week. I can't wait to see what pans out. I can't wait to see what kind of cool content we get from this. So guys, let me know down in the comments, what did you think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you think it was strong? Did you think it was weak? Where do you want to see this show go in the near future? Obviously, we're only on episode 3 going into episode 4 right now. So very, very early in this season right now. But let me know in the comments what you guys thought. I'm always interested to hear other people's thoughts and opinions. Gets my mind flowing, gets me jacked up and kind of excited for the season along right with you guys. Don't forget to like this video. Be sure to comment, subscribe. If you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button. We're going to get content coming on a weekly basis like this. It's going to get more interactive. It's going to get more in depth as we go forward now, guys. So hit that subscribe button. Any other questions? Drop them down in the comments. Guys, we'll see you next week on Supergirl. Take care.